Now 23 verse 4. We are at the valley of shadow of death. You know, when you are making a love to a woman, when you open his two legs, you are at the valley. When the Israelites were living in the land of Egypt, when they were living in the land of Egypt, they went through the valley. Because they said the Red River, the Red Sea, divided into two. Before you make love to your wife, you need to open the leg. So that's the valley. This one valley here, one valley here. But why making all Nigerians to be a chief is because they wanted to go and what? Satisfy their family. They wanted to steal for the rest, yet unborn family. We are all at the valley of shadow of death. You know, people are jumping into the night now. People who are just committing suicide. People are not, even a lot of wedding gotten broken now. We are at the valley of shadow of death. Because when you look at it in the Bible, when they gang up against the Israelites, in the book of Exodus 10, from verse 20 to the end, when you look at Exodus 4 and Exodus 2, in Exodus 2, he said whenever the Israelites has a male child, you need to strangulate the children. But the Lord sent his angel to monitor the pregnant ones. Then at the end of the journey, what happened to them? He said in the book of Exodus 5, from verse 10 to the end, he said, I foresee evil ahead of the Israelites. That was the reason why all their soldiers perished in the Red Sea. But one day, Nigeria will now say, and the Lord will send to us the outsiders we see today. We will no longer see them again, because Nigeria is going to break into pieces. We are going to be United States of Nigeria. Look at it in Ondo State. Ondo State is a nation on its own. Although we have a useless man there called Obateru, who never allowed the people to know what they are doing. He was an errand guy. He was an ordinary carpenter in those days before he started this bunkery. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem. No problem. If somebody said he's clever than you and he's putting his hand in the hand of the government, don't worry. Because he said in the book, when you look at it here, in Psalm 1, in Proverbs 10, verse 21. And then he was telling us again in the book of Proverbs 10, verse 24. Then Proverbs 10, 25. Then Proverbs 10, 28. In Proverbs 10, 28, he said, the aim of the righteous will surely come up one day. Their voice will be heard. And when you look at Isaiah 60 and Isaiah 61, and then Psalm 19, he said a lot of things. So, my brother, to round it up, all Nigerians are the valley of shadow of death. We are all at the valley of shadow of death. Then when you come down to the states, they caught the wife of Amosu, who stole money the other day. They caught the wife of Saraki, who stole money every day. Those that killed Sarawiwa, they are still in government. Then don't be surprised when they will go and bring, you know what I'm telling you? Don't be surprised if they will go and bring Mustafa to come and be the president after Buhari. Don't be surprised.
Mustafa?
Yes. Don't be surprised. And don't be surprised because the Lord has revealed 5 names that is coming to fight the war. But from that war, that's where we are going to lose the vice president before, Atiku Abubakar. If anything happened to Tinubu today, before 6 months, something will happen to Tinubu, to Atiku Abubakar. They will go the same day. They will go the same time. All these people, all these playmakers, now, they won't enter 2020. How God want to do it, he never showed to people. But you should remember, they call all those armies to dress up. They go and recover, go and bring back the Israelites. That's Exodus 14, from verse 1 to 28. Then, but the Lord was telling Moses, these people coming, don't worry. Don't feel bad about them. Just put the rod. Our Messiah will be up. Before 2020, Nigeria will be liberated. But they will rubbish Buhari out of this rubbish. They cannot win Boko Haram. They are going to settle it. We are at the valley of shadow of death. Because when you look at it, the Alimanjeris, these are the people who metamorphosis to Boko Haram. How can one Hausa man has 17 wives? The wife he married at the age of 11, who reared 13 children. And then they have enough to kill for Boko Haram. You see that Boko Haram cannot come down to the south. They can only hit it there. God used that to destroy them. Because you could remember how Babangida destroyed all the valiant soldiers in those days at Ejigbo. You remember how Babangida killed a lot of people. Staging coup, killing all of them. He wanted to make himself a life president. Now he's in the hand, he's at the mercy of cancer now. He's at the mercy of cancer. The end will come. There will be a payback. All Nigerians are at the valley of shadow of death. Even in the Bible, Solomon was at the valley of shadow of death. When he died in the hand of what? Of the prostitute. Then David was in the hand of at the valley of shadow of death. When he even touched the wife of Uriah. Then Ahithophel was at the valley of shadow of death. When he ran to what? To David. These are the people who are at the valley of shadow of death. When you look at the book of Judges 1, from verse 6, 7, 8, 9, he said, I have amputated 80 kings' leg. You let Nigeria know this. He said, what I did to them was what the Lord gave to me back. Then why? Yes.
Who's talking?
That's the king. You get what I'm saying? Then when you look at it, when Eli refused to correct his children, they all moved to the valley of shadow of death in 1 Samuel 3 and 4. Then when you look at Adam and Eve, they ran into the valley of shadow of death when the man said they should leave the garden. Then if you wanted to be cunning or deceitful, when you look at what happened in the life of Amani and Mordecai in the book of Esther 4 and 5, you see how Amani ran into the valley of shadow of death. So be it in Nigeria. So be it in this country. Nothing to show for the 56. Nothing. If you say we are thanking God for our life, for sparing our life, no, it's not a prayer. We have never hit the red light. Which one is the red light? Our expiring date. When you buy a computer in UK, the manufacturing date and the expiring date. And our problem could have been solved easily. When you look at Richard Jaffa in those days, and all these Christian leaders, all Nigerian General Overseer, Adeboye, Abiara, Oyedepo, Joshua Temitope, and host of them, and Abiara, all need deliverance. Government money is in their compound. He said the poor people money is in the treasury of what? Of the king. And when you look at Isaiah 1, Isaiah 2 and 3, in Isaiah 1, 1 to 5, he said those people, he said the people whom I brought out of what? Out of trouble. Up to this moment, Israel, he said goat knows the owner. Dog know who bought him. Somebody with your remote, you can identify your car in the parking lot in America. He said up till now, Nigeria did not know God. No one single Christian in Nigeria. No one single Christian.
Even with the old churches?
No one single Christian in Nigeria. If a church can have a university, turning out students, never even think of where they're going to get work to do. All Nigerians are jobless. That jobless is more or less a canker word in our midst. You know, somebody who has a PhD, who has a master's degree in agriculture, he prefer to come to the television to talk than to go to the farm. All Nigerians are pocket lawyers. They make noise a lot. But to make noise, they threw out, and then he was called upon by Goodluck to come and make noise in Aso Rock to counter what the people are saying. Look at Donyo Kukwe, who is a medical doctor. He never have one hospital, but he was a doctor because all these people are at the valley of shadow of death. Obasanjo too is at the valley of shadow of death now. Then Buhari is at the valley of death. The only thing the Lord revealed that is Buhari that we buried. Buhari will buried Babangida, but it may even be after 6 months after the burial of Babangida, Buhari can go. But Obasanjo will see the end of the two of them. But after the two of them, that's the prophecy the Lord revealed. After the two of them, Obasanjo will go. You know, a time is still coming. When we will now, you know, my mother died last year.
Yes.
We now say Mama Aye died last year now. A time is still coming when we're going to say Obasanjo died 10 years ago. Buhari died 10 years ago. Oh, the regime of Buhari was, God will punish them where they are today. We come back from the yet unborn Nigerians when they read their stories. Even Adeboye, for lying to all those masses everywhere in the whole world is at the value of shadow of death. Oh, Yedepo is at the value of shadow of death. All Nigerian fake pastor, general overseer, even in the Lord choosing pastor, they're all at the value of shadow of death. You monitor these people to the extent that they cannot eat. Don't you remember the book of John 6 verse 4 to 10? He said these people are hungry. That's a leader.
Yes.
Jesus Christ noticed that they are all what? They are hungry. Then he said, how can we get food for them? That is the attitude of a good leader. Then at the end of the day, when you look at Mark 8, from verse 4 to 10, see what Jesus Christ did. He's only going there to save. Saving people out of what? Not running into the value of shadow of death.